what is dynamic stretching and what is static stretching in terms of a warm-up. Hey guys, Adam here, and welcome back to Strong After 40 Athletics. Your one stop for everything strength and athleticism in your 40s and beyond. We'll make you strong and look strong. Okay guys, so we're 24 episodes into the ways, and within that you've seen me do 2 active recovery sessions, which is a mix of dynamic and static stretching, which helps with my mobility and keeps me injury-free and flexible, so I can continue to do what I do. Now, last week, a very good friend of mine asked me if I stretch before my workouts, and do I prefer dynamic or static stretches. So that's what I'm going to do today, is to go through sort of my thoughts and experiences on stretching before your workout. So if some of you are new to this channel, take the time and hit that subscribe button right there so you don't miss anything coming up on this channel. So I guess the first thing to do is to differentiate between what is dynamic stretching and what is static stretching in terms of a warm-up and not just active recovery. So dynamic stretching is exactly what it sounds like. You're doing exercises for muscle groups, joints, tendons in the full range of motion. So this can be anything from lunges or push-ups or jumping jacks or twists. But the main thing is that you're doing them athletically, getting that full range of motion. It's an excellent way to warm up the body and to work on your mobility at the same time. Now, static stretching is the opposite. So you are not doing exercises athletically. What you're doing is you're doing static holds for time for a specific muscle group, and that can be anything from from your shoulder, triceps, calves. You've seen me in my active recovery that they can also be multi-joint movements as well. So I'll sit down in that full depth ass to grass squat for 30 seconds or up to a minute. So that's what static stretches are. You are stretching the muscle to their end range. It's still at full range, but it's for time. Now, should you stretch before your workout? There's definite debate on that, whether or not you should stretch before your workout. I think you definitely should, especially if you are an aging athlete like myself and wants to stay injury-free and flexible. Stretching is very important. Now, how long should it be? It should not be very long. 2 to 3 minutes max is enough time to get a great stretch as a warm-up before your workout. Now, for dynamic stretching, as I said before, they can be anything from jumping jacks or lunges or whatever. They can also be specific exercises to what you're going to do that day. So if you're doing bench press, you could do push-ups. If you're going to do behind the neck presses like what I do, you can take a broomstick and you can do behind the neck pressing with just a broomstick, just to get that full range of motion and that warm-up. Because you don't want to tax the muscle. It's meant to be a warm-up, not a workout. You don't want to get all those little micro tears in there that might affect your workout in a negative way. Now, I've always stretched before my workout. And for dynamic stretches, where I do the Olympic lifts, I have done things a little bit differently than just your typical go-tos as far as dynamic stretches go. So I've done a system of 5 lifts, and these are 5 lifts that I do every week in the gym. And I'll do those in succession. So they are sort of 5 lifts, 5 reps, 1 set. So you're doing a total of 25 reps, and you can get this warm-up done in a very short time, in a minute to 2 minutes. You don't want to tax the muscle or the joints or the tendons too much. It's just meant to be a warm-up. So I go light. Now, 12, 13 years ago, in my younger years, I went as heavy as 135 pounds. No, back then that was very light, and I could do that for 5 consecutive exercises for 5 reps, no problem. But today, I'm getting older, so I've backed off the weight some, So I'm going to take you through that system of dynamic stretching right now. And what the lifts are is 5 stiff-legged deadlifts, 5 hip snatches, into 5 overhead squats, into 5 behind the neck presses, and then 5 good mornings.
Okay, if you can't tell, I am wearing lifting straps. The bar at Masstown Movement Fitness here is a Fat 45. It's very tough to get a hook grip on it. And I am not a competitive Olympic lifter. I use the Olympic lifts in my training for the athletic carryover, but I do not worry about hook gripping. And even though this is just a warm-up, I still try and move the bar as explosive and as fast as I possibly can. And now into the overhead squat. These plates are the 10-pound bumpers. And to be honest, they were very light. I probably should have gone a little heavier, maybe even the 25-pound bumpers. But again, this is simply a warm-up, and for demonstration purposes, these were just fine. And on to the behind the neck press. So my grip here is a little wider than normal to get some trap involvement. And you'll notice that my elbows are rotated under. And finishing off with 5 good mornings, which is a great warm-up just by itself.
Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that, and we'll consider giving that type of warm-up a try. Now, of the two, dynamic versus static stretching as a warm-up, I would lean towards the dynamic more than the static. You're gonna get more bang for your buck out of the dynamic stretching as a warm-up, but a combination of the two is certainly, in my opinion, the best way to go. But whichever system you decide to do, dynamic, static, combination of both, get those stretches in before your workout. Just keep it light and short. 2 to 3 minutes max is all you need to get everything warmed up nice to do well in your workout. It's also going to help you stay mobile and hopefully injury-free. And with that, thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe to this channel. We appreciate all the support that you've given us so far. And stay tuned for episode 25 of The Ways.